All right, it's Dave here. Thank you for tuning in. Going to talk a little bit about opening your chakras and your third eye today. This is a practice that's going to help awaken Kundalini energy within you, and that is the most powerful way to open your third eye. That is actually one of the end results of awakening your Kundalini, is to have your third eye open. And your sixth chakra wide open. So, but just to disclaim in the front here, at the beginning of the video, you never really want to open your third eye entirely by itself without balancing that out with your other chakras. It can cause you a lot of problems down the road for sure. In the short term, not so much, but down the road, if you're looking at only developing this chakra and none of the other ones, it can cause a lot of problems, a lot of delusion. It can drive you batshit crazy, make you a little bit insane or a lot insane, and life can become very difficult. It can be very detached from reality and not being able to even function in this reality very well. So if you're going to open your third eye, you just have to know for sure what the negative side effects can be, so you can stop and take a break and process and absorb, and then move on a little bit later and develop a little bit more when you've sort of incorporated and processed the energies that you're developing. So for opening your chakras, one of the best things you can do, there's a few techniques, but one of the ones that I like is learning to feel and sense energy, and using the feeling and the sensation of energy to open your chakras. First thing to do, take your hands like this, about an inch apart, 2 inches apart, and drive your fingers into your palms. So you've got some chakras on your palms here, and they're very, very good. And start with your palms before you go into the rest of your chakras, because these are usually the most sensitive and easiest to feel energy on. So do this, tap your palm chakras with your fingers like that, sort of get them awake. You can kind of rub your hands together a little bit, and then you're going to bring your hands about just an inch or two apart. Close your eyes. And what you're going to do is a very small pulsing movement with your hands. So if you can see my hands here, I'm just moving them very slowly together and apart. And with your eyes closed, first thing you're going to feel is probably some heat, just the heat of the energy between your hands. And that's just your regular body heat, and that's fine. But if you do this for about 5 to 10 minutes, eventually you're going to start to feel like a magnetic repelling. It's like if you have two south poles of a magnet and you try and push them together and they push each other apart. So try and feel that. So when you move your hands together, you're actually going to feel, and do this very slowly, you're going to feel a very tiny bit of resistance. And when you can feel that, that is sort of the first signs that you're learning to start to feel and sense energy. So with practice, you do this, you feel that sort of repelling as you bring your hands together. Eventually, you're going to start to feel a tingling sensation in the palms of your hands. That tingling sensation is the beginning of feeling and sensing energy in your energy body. And so practice this. Over time, what you actually may feel is an actual, like a spark right in the center of your hand, and that is a very good sign that that chakra, your palm chakras, are waking up to feeling and sensing energy. So start with that as a practice. Really learn how to feel and get familiar with the sensation. You want to be able to feel like a good circle that covers most of your palm for your energy sensation. And then what you're going to do, once you're comfortable with this, is you're going to move it to your chakras. So I'm in a little bit of shadow here. I'll try and do it this way so you can see better. But put your hands, and you're going to do the same pulsing movement that you did with your palms together, but this time is just over the chakra. So I'm going to slowly pull away slowly forward, slowly pull away. And what you're trying to do here is you're not trying to feel your hands anymore. You're trying to feel on the surface of the skin of your sixth chakra, just right in the middle of the forehead. And as you do that, same thing, you might feel a bit of heat. You want to start to feel that magnetic sort of resistance. Magnetic maybe is not the best word, but that's the best I can come up with in the moment. But just you want to feel that little resistance as you push your hands slowly into your head, like they're being repelled a little bit. And then when you feel that, you know you're dialed in. And eventually, once you feel that, you can just hold, and you're going to focus 5 to 10 minutes just on the chakra by itself on the surface of the skin. And eventually you'll feel the same thing here that you would start to feel on the palm of your hands, which is a tingling, an energy and a tingling sensation. And as you continue to focus on that, it's going to grow and grow, and the energy is going to build up. So now, like I said before, you never really want to do this chakra too much in isolation. You do want to balance it with your other chakras. So the entire meditation is to go over each one of your chakras. So same thing, hands over, I'll move back here a bit, hands over the top of your head, do the pulsing until you feel the repelling, feel the energy and the tingling on the top of your head, 5 to 10 minutes. Do the same thing over your sixth chakra, over your throat. This is a little more side-to-side motion, over your heart, and then go over your solar plexus and just below your navel, your root chakra, if you can reach it. If not, that's not a big deal. Eventually, what you want to do is your hands are there just initially to help you gather the sensation. Once you can feel it, and you can feel the tingling on each of the chakras by itself, then eventually you want to take your hands away, and you can just lay there and you can just focus on the tingling sensation. And as you concentrate on it, the energy is going to build up in each chakra. And so you not only do you want to do this on the front of your body, you also want to do this on the back. So in the beginning, you can just practice on the front because that's the easiest to have with your hands. It's not so easy on the back, but once you get to the point where you no longer need your hands, and it's better to do this sitting up on a chair if you can in the beginning, keeping good posture, but eventually just take your hands away and do all of your chakras, focus on the tingling, 5 to 10 minutes on the front and the back, because your chakras have two sides to them, right? Energy comes in and out of the back and in and out of the front. And it's probably in the end even more important to do it on the back chakras, because that's the chakras that up and down your back, because that's where a lot more of the blockages happen. So this helps build energy in each chakra, helps open them up, helps clear them, and it helps the flow of energy between one chakra and the other. So this is a very, very good practice for opening in the beginning stages, for starting to gently, very gently awaken the Kundalini energy, activate the Kundalini energy, and as well as your third eye if you want. And now, so how do you know what chakras need a little more and a little less? Because like I said, you don't want to overdo one particular chakra, but some are going to be a little more closed and some are going to be a little more open. You'll know that depending on how much energy you feel in that chakra. So usually when I go over my throat, or if I go over my solar plexus, it feels pretty dead. There's not a lot there, but if I'm over my heart or my third eye or the top of the head, I can feel, quite a lot of tingling and sensations. So the chakras where you feel a lot of energy, you actually don't have to do as much. You can spend a little more time on the ones where you don't feel it as much to help bring them up in alignment with the other ones. And if you want to spend a small amount of extra time on your third eye, that's fine. But just as long as you're doing all of them and you're not just isolating this one specifically to keep everything in balance. So I think that is good for now. So give it a try, have some fun with it. It does take practice and is a good regular practice to have. Like I said, 5 to 10 minutes on each chakra, but just whatever time works for you. 5 minutes, I would say, is sort of a minimum. But you can do front of your chakras one day, back of your chakras another day. It doesn't all have to be at once if you only have 20 or 30 minutes. So you can play around with the times. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so learning to sense and feel energy, very good for opening the third eye, very good for opening all your chakras and stimulate the Kundalini energy flow. Thank you for watching the video, and take care.